Hello there, my name is Reese Carey and I'm talking to you about the spec for my 2D sports simulator. The sport that I've chosen to do is that of a driving simulator, and I'll be talking through all the game mechanics, the design and the documentation. Here you can see we have the basic HUD of the time left and the laps left. The win condition is quite obvious. You must complete all 5 laps within the allotted time. Now I'll talk to you about the game mechanics. You start off, you press up to go, you have a sort of basic left and right motion whenever you tap either directional button, and then there's a second type of steering where, say you've got a tight corner like this, if you hold down either directional button you'll enter a sort of power slide feature. And there you just saw another one of my functions in my game, which is an accelerate function. So like you have here, the car is going at a sort of base speed, and then if you wanted to go any faster you will hold the up key for a sort of acceleration. It increases the amount of force that is applied to the car, which really gives the user a way to play the game how they want to. The other game mechanics I have is like oil spills and other collidables within the world. So oil spills slow you based on what wheels are connected with the oil spill. So here you can see it sort of wobbles a little bit. Sound effects for if you hit the walls, sound effects for braking, sound effects for the car engine. Here are some tyres that are around the outside of my game world. Apply a small slowing effect and slows your car down. Yeah, so we have things to collide with, many different obstacles, static sensors, many different game mechanics that I think makes the game better than just your basic racing game of just going from A to B. So yes, I've got music, talks about my game mechanics, talks about I'm using joints as well for each of my wheels. My front 2 wheels move independently. That's where most of the torque and the force is applied to. And they are using Revolute joints, I believe, and the back 2 tyres are using Weld joints to make the front wheel drive style car for more of a realistic motion. And these are all just welded to the respective points of the car. I also have an end game screen, 2 different end game screens actually, for if you win the game and if you lose the game. You get a congratulations screen if you complete the amount of laps in the allotted time, and you get a game over screen if you do not. The time restriction isn't too forgiving, so you really need to make use of the accelerator, which I have. There you can see my end-game screen. You really need to make use of the accelerator to beat the 5 laps in the allotted time. So yeah, those are my game mechanics. I believe that I've made some realistic game mechanics, some good physics that are applied to the wheel here with my update friction. So when you go around the corners, it will apply an impulse to the car. For like the power steering, also got the update drive, which is called what this is to actually cause the car to drive. Yeah, got some good mechanics. My OO as well. I have used OO with my physical thing here mostly, with my abstraction and reuse, where I've used the density, friction, restitution with all the physical things within my game world, which is good. My naming standards are up to scratch. I believe everything is adequately named, and yeah, I have good naming standards. My use of magic numbers is to a very minimum, I do believe. Here, I don't think you can see any magic numbers. I've tried to cut most of as many as I can out. Like see with my wheel class, very few magic numbers. They're all instantiated in the classes themselves and the header files. I've done thorough testing, such as the report that I have here, the performance profiling this is an example of. I have already fixed everything that has to be done with that came back from the report from the performance profile. This is my final profile, which shows this is all written about in my report. It's attached to the submitted game file. Everything's Doxygen commented thoroughly. And yeah, that was my game. You use static sensors, you use joints, got game mechanics which go past a very basic car game with the use of grass. I've used static sensor for the laps, I've got oil spills, I've got impulse applied to the car tyres. Yeah. And I have unit testing. Unit testing is all done. That is also in my report. Here we have my unit tests, a few of my unit tests. Yes, and I believe that is my game. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my video.